here you are in such a great position that you have got realization. That only thing you have to accept the beauty of this great yoga, that you just enlighten your own powers, which are on these 7 chakras. Now let us see, the first chakra belongs to the power of Gauri, the power of the mother of Sri Ganesh. Gauri's power. Tremendous they are, aren't they? Because of her power, you have got your realization. Now what have we done to enshrine that power within ourselves? Today, if it is the first day of Navratri, let us see what have we done. Have we been able to develop our innocence within ourselves? When people talk, they are so sharp. How can you be sharp if you are innocent? They are so bumptious. How can you be that if you are innocent? People play games. How can you do that if you are innocent? Harm each other. How can it be if you are innocent? So first of all, you have to see yourself that the power of innocence, if it has to live, all the rest of the nonsense has to go away. If you want to have the innocence, all that is anti-innocence has to be dropped off. I can understand about people who are ignorant, who have ignorance. Then in ignorance, of course, how will they talk of innocence? But you are not ignorant people. You are knowledgeable. You've got your enlightenment. And the power of innocence is so great. It makes you absolutely fearless. Not bumptious, but fearless. And the greatest thing of innocence is that you are respectful. The sense of respect, if it is not developed within you, if you cannot develop the sense of respect for other Sahajogis, for other people, for the ashrams, for the discipline and your own self-respect, then it is of no use even talking of Sahaja, because that's the very beginning of it. First, you do not respect, all right. You are bumptious, all right. You are in a big fool's paradise, as they call it, riding a fast horse. All that is there is all right, is forgiven. But once you have seen the light, you must try to get rid of all the snakes that you have been holding on to. It's a simple thing. In your childlike nature only, you can receive the blessings of Gauri. Otherwise you cannot. You have to be really childlike. Otherwise it is absolutely useless, no use telling you anything, because you think you are too clever. To such a person who thinks he is too clever, what's this of talking to such a person? Because he already knows everything. So the first power when you develop, you must learn to sit on the Mother Earth first of all. You must respect the Mother Earth, because the first chakra is made out of the Mother Earth. Try to be more settled down with yourself on Mother Earth. And the respect, see the trees, when they get their flowers, they are not so respectful. But when they are laden by the fruits, they bow down to Mother Earth. In the same way, when you have got the fruits of Sahaja Yoga, you all must bow down. And innocence has a special capacity to make a person extremely peaceful. Extremely peaceful. All the anger, temper, violence. If a person doesn't have innocence, it cannot come in you. Because a person who is not innocent is either sly or aggressive. He cannot have peace within his heart. But an innocent person is not bothered. Innocently he lives, enjoys everything in complete peace and harmony. But this violence comes when a person becomes clever. He thinks, I am so clever, the another one is so stupid, I have a right to shout at that person. And the one who is not innocent is never wise. He may be to look sharp, but he is not wise. Wisdom comes only with innocence. And how much wisdom have you gathered? That is what one has to see. When your power of innocence increases, wisdom is apparent. People say, that fellow is very wise. For example, if somebody is crying about his wife, a wise person will say, oh Baba, just look at this, still busy with his wife. Another one is crying about his house or something. He'll say, oh, look at this one, still busy with the house. There is no end to it. I have known people who get so swollen up that they think they must give a big lecture for 1 hour on Sahaja. Unless and until they have given 1 hour lecture, they do not think their ego has manifested itself fully. But a wise person, he doesn't have to talk or speak or do anything. He impresses his silence, his wisdom on others much more easily. That is what we have to see. Have we been able to discipline ourselves? Because our growth is very much in the beginning of it. We have to grow quite a lot. And people don't understand this point. In an atmosphere of egoistical temperament, that you have to grow. You have not yet grown. You have to grow a lot. And when you grow, you find this wisdom really fragrant with compassion. Your wisdom is fragrant with compassion. Such beautiful compassion can emit through your being that anybody who comes in contact with you will feel your auspiciousness. But again, you must give due respect to your self-realization and to yourself. That is the first thing you have to do, is to meditate. We are not drinking, we do not have hangovers, we don't sleep late. So why shouldn't we decide today that every morning I'll get up and do my meditation? And while meditating, I must concentrate on myself and not on others. And see for myself what is catching, where am I catching, which chakra I am catching, what have I to do. So on this day of Navratri, today as the first day, the Gauri's power must be enlightened within us. and they must express. And they are tremendous. I cannot describe them in one lecture. Think of the primordial Kundalini. She acts in the Mother Earth, she acts in the universe, she acts in the animals, she acts in the matter, she acts in the human beings, and now she acts in you. She is the one who decides the face and the figure that you are going to have. She is the one who decides what child you should have. She is the one who gives you the particular type of a child that you need. She is the one who has got you all these beautiful children. She is the one who has given you these sparkling faces and sparkling eyes. All this she has done for you. But what about the power that you have within yourself? How much have you manifested that? So try to understand that it is you who has to grow, it is you who has to manifest these powers. Manifestation of the power, I don't know how far you have understood. When a person who has Gauri's power, as soon as he enters a hall or any place, everybody's Kundalini rises just to salute. When you have Gauri's power, then you stand out because you have that innocent, lustless, greedless, beautiful, sparkling eyes. And wherever you turn your eyes, even one glance would raise the Kundalini immediately. People who suffer from cancer, suffer from this disease, that disease, all can be cured in no time if you have developed only one power of Gauri. All your problems can be solved. Negativity will go away. And you will become like a lotus. Beautiful, fragrant, overpowering all kinds of negativity. Here it is, that fellow just touched me and now I have become egoistical. If there is one fellow who is egoistical, he just talks to another person, the person goes egoistical. I mean, this is not the way to be sensitive. You have to be sensitive to God and not to bad things. But we are more akin, more vulnerable to bad than to good. So the power of assimilation of good, the power of emission of good, all these powers are just in your complete reach. But all this should not become a praise, but should become a kind of a challenge, a kind of a beautiful curiosity and an advancement for you. That is why my humble request is that you must learn to worship discipline. I don't say do this, do that. You know what is to be done. And then on top of that, you should not tell me, I know, I know. When you know, why don't you do it? You are empowered. Today, let us, with full confidence in ourselves and in our ascent, let us with full intensity attend this puja and in our hearts decide that I am going to discipline myself. May God bless you.